So today we'll be looking at entering text values and also modifying our cell in Microsoft Excel. So there are some stuff I'm going to show you guys that you can do in your Microsoft Excel, your worksheet. So first of all, you have to understand that in Microsoft Excel, a particular cell that is this can take up more than 30,000 characters, 32,000 of it, right? So if, for example, I just put some jargons, and if you look at the formula bar, you see that what we are typing in our cell is also showing up in our formula bar. So if, for example, I do something like this, right? Now you notice that I can't actually see my the jargons that I'm typing. So what I do is I'm going to stretch this down, and I'm going to see all that I've typed. So you can actually extend this by dragging it downwards, right? So remove that. So that is for your for entering of your text. So by the way, you can edit your text to make it shorter. You can increase the width of the column by doing this. So if, for example, I type something that is long, for example, I can just double tap on this to fit in to the width. And double tap on this by, when you see that this tiny cross key, not the fat one, not this one, but this particular cross symbol, you double tap on it to fit your text into that particular cell, right? And you can also just drag your cell the bar, right? You can drag it across to increase the width. So you can wrap the text within the cell so that it occupies more than one line. So you want to choose home, right, which we are in, and you want to come to alignment, which is this particular place. Then you want to come to wrap text, right? So when you have something like this, by the time I drop this down, so let me come here so you get what I'm saying. So by the time I drop this, I kind of reduce the the size. Then you see that the next text is going to come downwards. But to make it look more reasonable, I'm going to click on this alignment and place it in the center, and I'm going to come here and place or I can leave it there, I can take it there, or I can take it up. So anyone that looks proper, So now I want to talk about using the enter mode. So when we type something like, let's say fish, for example. So let me say I type fish, for example. By the time I tap on my enter key, it's going to move downwards automatically. So when I tap on my tab, it's going to move right. My shift tab should move left, and of course my shift enter should move my shift enter should move up, right? While my enter should move down. But if, for example, I don't want this, I probably don't want my enter to move down. I just want my enter to move left, and I want my tab to move down, and so on and so forth. What I can do, for example, I want my enter to move to the right hand side, not downwards. So if I tap my enter, it's moving downwards, right? So what I'll do, I'll come to my file, I'll come to my options, I'll come to advanced, and I'll look for, it is even right here. So you can just say, okay, I want to move it to the right, and I'll say okay. And by the time I tap on my enter key, it's going to move to the right, right? And even your tab also is going to move to. So you can also change your tab from moving to the right. So let me change that back. So you can change that back by going to your option, advanced. I think I prefer it moving downwards, and click OK. So likewise, your cell, your grid line, right? So when I say grid line, I mean these lines that you have here is known as your grid line. So you can actually change the color of your grid line. So how do you change the color of your grid line? Come to your file, come to your options, go to your advanced, and then you go to where your grid line is. For mine, it should be here, grid line color, and I can change this to, let's say, blue, and you get. So you can actually change your grid line color if you want. So of course I'm going to change that back to automatic, right? So now let's say, one thing about Excel is that it automatically fills up. Okay, before I get to that, let's say I put something like March. I'm talking about dates now. So let's say I put something like March 2, 2021. When I tap my enter, this is what you are going to get. And you're going to get. Now another thing you can do something like now equals now, and sorry, equals now should have my bracket, and this is going to give you the date and time that we are in right now. You get? So this is going to give you the date and time we are in right now. So if I put something like, let's say, open your bracket, and you can look at it, it says year. Now you can put the year 2021, the month, which is November. I can say 11. The day, I can just say 29. And so you get your 11th, 29, 2021. So by this you can know that you can see that is, this 11 is the year, the 2021 is the year, the 11 is the month, and the 29 is the day. So now there was something I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about the automatically filling up your number. Or so, for example, if I type something like March, for example, I say March. Now it's going to autofill this with, after March you have April, right? So it's going to autofill this. So I say March, it's going to autofill April, May, June, July. Now likewise, let's say I type something like okay, let's say 1, 2. Now for it to continue, you have to highlight both of these and drag this down, and you can get your 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Likewise, if I type something like Monday, right, and if I drag this down, it's going to autofill, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on and so forth. So now let's talk about moving our cell. Now this is a range, by the way. Now if, for example, I want to move my cell, now I want to move this to this particular place, what I'll do is now look at the change of your cursor. Now when your cursor changes to this particular cross symbol, not this one, right? So let's say I want to move all cells that are here, all the days are here. So when it changes to this, right, you move, you click on it and drag to the particular position you want it to be, right? Now of course, let's say I want to format this to red, and I probably want to give it some styling. Let's say I want to give it not chart, not table, okay, let me just say unique, right? And I want to do something more. Let's say okay, let me just leave it at that. So now once I have this, let's do this for numbers. So I'm going to do this for numbers. So let's say I want to format this. So I'm going to, or I can come down here and say color format or icon format. So let's say icon format, and I'm going to change the color to, let's say, red, right? Now what I can do is, what if I don't want this format? I don't want this format anymore. What do I do? Do I say, okay, I'll go to my format and click on my icon format? Now if you notice, when I click on my icon format, nothing changes. Now the best way to go about this is to come to your clear, right? Now if I say clear all, it's going to clear everything that is here, right? So if I say clear all, now I don't want that, right? I just want the formatting to be taken away. So I'll say clear formats, and it's going to bring it back to your original text format, right? So have something like this, date, for example, and we have clicked on that cell. Now if we want to edit what is inside of this place, we can double tap, and we can put, let's say we wanted to add s to it, so we can double tap and add whatever we want to add to it, right? So let's say I have something like this, right, and I want to fill up this place with the same number or formula or what have you. So one thing I'll do, I'll say sum. So let's say I want to fill up this place with sum, right? Now once I type sum, I'm going to hold down my control. You hold down your control on your keyboard and you type enter, right? It's going to fill up the whole place with the particular number or formula that you want, right? So we have so let's say we have something like this. Let's say I have something like this. Okay, let's say this, for example, and I want to sum everything that is here. Because of time, I'm just going to do this quickly. I want to sum everything that is here, right? So now if you notice, this animated shape, right, that is moving around. Now there are sometimes we might encounter something like this and we are trying to go back. So if you press your backspace, right, now you might not always be lucky to get to get off that situation. Now the best thing to do when you are in such situation and you want to kind of like go back is to, if your backspace doesn't work anyways, and type your delete key. I'm going to remove that symbol. So let's say I want to edit this, right? Now let's say I want to highlight, not edit, I want to highlight everything that is there. Of course, I can hold down I can click and drag down, to highlight, or you can hold down your shift and your page down button, or your up button, or your right button, as the case may be. Now let's say I want to move from Monday down to Saturday immediately. I want to move from the top to the bottom quickly. What I'll do is I'm going to hold down my control, right, and I'm going to hold down my page up or page down, right, page up or page down, or right or left, right. So I think that should be all that I wanted to show you. So I've talked about formatting, I've talked about clearing your format, I talked about autofill, I talked about date, entering of dates, entering of text, entering of characters, advanced modification, and so our next topic actually is going to be talking about number formatting. Don't forget, we just talked about text formatting, right? So we just talked about text formatting. And so that will be all for today's class. So thank you guys for watching.